forward from there. And that's why we have our staff. I think they're doing a great job responding to folks. I know I've recommended folks. We have people in the community that I've seen get grants awarded because they follow the steps that we have. Like I said, we are a small trust. We're not can't solve all the problems, but I think we're doing our best with our resources. So if somebody just sends this stuff over to us, then we can know what specifically ways that we can help. Right now, it's kind of like a big request. Anybody else want to speak on this?
We should go through the executive director so we know what we're dealing with right now.
All right, the public comment is still open for anyone else who would like to address the board. 2 minutes, state your name and your address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure and honor for me to be here tonight. My name is Marvin Gene Lewis. I'm not currently a Little Haiti resident, but I'm born and raised in Miami, Florida, and my residence is Little Haiti. I am a member of the group called Zopound. Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. It's a lot of misnomer. There's a lot of misinformation about that group. I was invited over here by Sonny, and when he told me about his trust, and we spoke briefly about revitalization and doing outreach, and me growing up in Little Haiti, as a child all the way up into my adulthood. I had a lot of shortcomings and failures, and I was once a person that tore out my community, paid my debt to society, and now it's time for a 360, and I want to be a part of engaging and revitalizing and doing outreach right here in my community. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm open to everything that is offered here is a form of me helping revitalizing my community. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Naomi Ryan. Currently owning a property on 111 Northeast 68 Terrace. It's currently being rented out. I actually have a question in regards to the board member elections. Application was due on August 30th, 2024. Here we are now, almost 7 months in the future. I know the election meeting was supposed to be held when the hurricane was supposed to be in South Florida, and it was rescheduled. I just wanted to know if there's any conversation about when the date is going to be held, because I think people are waiting to hear back, including myself.
So there was, we did, as required by the city, do an advertisement for an open position with the board. That board member that was reappointed is Rudy Meme, who's not here today, but he was appointed after that notice. So the clerk's office receives the notification. I don't believe that they send any notification out if you're not chosen as a member. So only the ones that are reappointed, and that goes on city commission.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, board members, how you doing? Great morning. Happy New Year to everyone. I think literally what the resolution, the homebuyer initiative is really great, is really needed, because we have to literally help people build wealth, purchase homes. That is what is going to literally help make a difference now and in the future, because if we don't have home ownership, all these rental properties, renters will keep going. If I don't even care if it's low income, affordable income, or attainable income, it's not going to help the people that are here. And the person that applied for the Section 8 voucher back in February of last year, and was out of 132,000 people that were chosen, I was way down. Out of the 5,000, I was on 3,200. And when I called them last month, they was on that 568. So that is not going to happen. So I'm glad to see what we're doing as well as the city of Miami, community development. And they also have community development block grant applications out to be able to do for homeownership, business development, economic development, public services. And I would encourage any and everyone to go to the city of Miami's website, miamigov.gov/community development to apply for these grants that comes down in the name of the community. 50% of community development block grant dollars comes from Old Town, Liberty City, and Little Haiti. We don't get 50% of the money. So please apply and keep up the great work. Again, Happy New Year. We hope to have a blessed New Year. We're going to move this through the board, we're going to move these projects forward. Thank you. God bless you. Have a good day.
Public comment is still open. If there's no one else, we will go ahead and move forward. Going once, going twice. Our public comment is now closed. On the agenda, we have announcements.
Yes, we had a Sora and Morado that was supposed to make an announcement, but I'll go ahead and announce that there will be a homebuyer assistance workshop that will be held here at the Little Haiti Cultural Center this Saturday. The information is available through our MailChimp or on our Instagram if anyone is interested in attending. It's going to be held this Saturday here at the Little Haiti Cultural Center. I also did want to take a moment to acknowledge that on Sunday was the 15th year anniversary of the earthquake in Haiti that happened on January 12th, and there was a vigil that was held by community leaders at the Toussaint Louverture statue and also here at the Cultural Center. And I also wanted to ask for a moment of silence for Robert Lamont. He passed away on January 1st. He was the executive director of the Haitian Task Force, which they were the actual developer of the Caribbean marketplace. So I wanted to ask for a moment of silence because he passed on January 1st. That's it for announcements.
All right, thank you. We're going to our presentation portion of our program. We have a community briefing on our quarterly report for the City of Miami Police Department.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Officer Gene. I'm a Neighborhood Resource Officer for Little Haiti. Over here is my supervisor, Officer Jeanette. We've been working closely with the neighborhood. So this evening, we're going to go quickly over some stats. First, good news. When we compare the 2023 to 2024, major crimes have gone down. Okay? So the thing that we're working on right now is theft, specifically package theft from people's house, and also theft from vehicles. All right, now they're targeting some area. Okay, so that's our goal for 2025 to see if we can reduce that issue. It's not a big issue. So it's all over the country. And the reason is some packages are left for days in front of patios. And also issue the lighting at night specifically. So let's say my house is very lit and the other one is in darkness. Guess what? That's coming out. So what we also do is working with the community, neighborhoods, meeting to explain how to protect the home. I can see basic stuff like video camera and also light. As far as the vehicle, the same. Unfortunately, they leave the door open, which is a problem. All you have to do is go by, call my car and double check if the door is locked. If it's unlocked, guess which car will break into. So basically, that's the issue we're having right now, and for 2025, definitely it will be resolved. Thank you.
Two questions. So robbery and murder outside of the horsepower.
Like I said, all major crimes, that's going down. All right. Thank you.
I have one question, Ms. Jean. What do you accredit that to? Do you think it's just by chance? What do you think? What do you think? Why do you think that crime is down in every category? What do you think has been the thing that has changed or contributed to that, if you can name it?
What I can say for collaboration between the police and the neighborhood, that's a big thing we appreciate. Thank you.
All right, and now we have another presentation from South Florida Community Land Trust.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Lamont, representing South Florida Community Land Trust. It's interesting to hear, everyone focusing on homeownership units because this board here has been working hard to provide those here in Little Haiti. This board has been working hard for this community to provide homeownership units. Last year, they approved funding to help us get to building 13 new homeownership units here in Little Haiti, just steps from the Little Haiti Cultural Center. Joanne and the support here, we're very successful making that happen. We're excited to announce that this summer we will be starting construction on those homes for them to be finished by the end of the following year. So 2026, you should start to see folks moving into those units. We are just finishing up final underwriting with Nashville County. It's really the seat of government, unfortunately, but we are pushing forward very quickly. We just reached a big milestone with the county, and we should be having documents here very shortly. So we will be sharing that information with the Little Haiti Revitalization Trust, working hand in hand to make sure that everyone here and the community has information about the availability of units as well as where they can find homeownership assistance. I know the board is talking about that here tonight. I know District 2 also has homeownership assistance up to $200,000 for the purchase of a new home. So I would encourage everyone also to take a look at what District King is doing out of her office. You can find that information on her website. It's readily available in City of Miami. But happy to answer any questions, but we are actively moving forward in our final stages here. Hopefully being in a position to invite everyone to a groundbreaking ceremony here sometime this summer.
All right, thank you. Look forward to that development.
The units that you made reference to, are they condos or townhomes?
They're condo townhomes, so it's in a sort of in a group scenario, but a lot of them are two-story. There are two one-story units, but that's because we need to have accessibility for anyone with disabilities. So we had to provide those units. But yeah, there'll be a variation of these 1, 2, and 3 units, some in 2 stories and then single floor configurations.
Will there be a utility?
Yeah, but it would be minimal. I think it's don't quote me here, but I think it's less than $200. I will leave my information, or Joanne has my information, so you can get in touch with me via that. You can South Florida Community Land Trust, SFCLT.com as well as the information. But we will continue to provide information as we get closer to the date. We'll make sure we provide packets that will be available as well. We'll be working with some community organizations with first-time home buyer programs, so that you're not going to have to figure it out yourself. You'll be able to come to workshops that will sort of walk you through the process, so there's no guesswork into how to get that assistance from the city or ultimately county.
So I think I saw a couple of them. One is on 67th and off of Northeast First Avenue, and one is 65th and Northeast First.
No. It's there's a square parcel that's kind of cornered to this. It's on
67.
I believe it's 64th and North Miami Place.
Yeah.
Northeast Miami Place.
Northeast Miami Place. Yeah.
literally across the street.
Yeah. Same place I saw it sign.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a land, because you're a land trust.
Correct.
I read in the supporting documents for the grant that they were giving you, the funding related to the fund, like you was asking about the HOA, that was in there, as well as over the 30 years, it's like they got any homeowner will have to pay something related to the land trust. It's an amount, not a lot.
Sure.
They got to pay the money. So I understand it. But I appreciate it.
Yeah, just to give a quick reminder, the reason why we're able to offer the home so affordably is because the land trust is essentially covering the cost of the land itself, and so you're really just buying the physical improvements of the home itself. So what you would normally pay here in Miami for a home, the median home price in Miami County right now is $650,000. That is not affordable to anyone for a first-time homeowner, much less the median income here, $79,000. So we are trying to help solve that problem by taking the land costs out of the purchase price of the home, and that will allow you to have a brand new, multi-unit home without having to spend an arm and a leg, essentially.
And the other thing, I think combination one was like 13 units for condos and condominiums, and other ones for townhouses, correct?
It's all together. It looks like it's two building configurations, but essentially they're wrapped around each other.
Do you guys have price points already?
We do. It varies based on your income, but everything is going to be 11 of the units are available for folks making 80% of mine below. So we're talking below $90,000 in most cases, sometimes more than that. And then 2 are available for 120% of the line, which gets you to about $100,000. So we're really talking about folks that are working professions like teachers, educators, we saw some of our officers here, public safety officers, etc. But with a 3-bedroom unit, a family of 2 or 3 or 4 should be able to easily afford one of these homes. Any other questions? If not, if you think of anything after this meeting, please feel free to send it to Joanne. Also, you can go to the website. Having my information here as well. But we look forward to coming back to you guys and hopefully breaking ground here very soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I believe that concludes our presentations. We're now going to move to item 4, legislative items, approval of minutes of the meeting on December the 17th. Any opposed? So moved. Next is item 4B, absence waivers. 4.
Yes, absence waiver request for our chair, Leslie and Glenn Thornton.
Any motion on this? All right, need a motion?
So move.
All right. Any opposed? All right, so moved. Next, we have resolution 2025-001, which is the homebuyer program. Just give us a brief recap of that.
The homebuyer program was, I believe it's the third time it's being brought here in front of the trust. At the last board meeting, we went over the parameters that were established. We had the representative, Sergio Garcia, from the Department of Community Development to help us. One of the requests of the boards when we were in review of the payment options at the last meeting, there were two options that were presented. One, that if the property was sold prior to 10 years, that the owner would be required to pay back the debt in full to the trust. The second option, the second option was presented would be that if the property was sold, the new owner would also need to be within the AMI requirement, therefore requiring that the property is sold at a HUD approved price. So that means that the property would continue to remain affordable to the new homeowner. The board had requested for a third option to be considered, in which it would be possible for the trust to share in the gain of the property. And so that option 3 has now been added for the trust to decide tonight. And the way this would work is that the borrower would be required to pay back the original amount of the assistance that was given, and then the trust would share in the prorated share of the gain. What that means is if the trust, the down payment grant that's provided is the equivalent of 10%, that is our prorated share. And then the gain would be the increase in the property of the value. So this process is what the city currently does through one of their programs. And so this is the third option that's being provided, as requested at the last meeting by the board members.
To accept the resolution.
Are you, but we do with option 3?
Yes.
Thank you. So there is a chart here in which the breakdown up for the first 3 years, the prorated share, the trust will keep 100%. After that third year, it increases by 5%. Up until year 20, then the owner, the trust would alleviate or give up its share, and 100% would go to the owner. So that's what that chart at the end is.
So if I sell year 3 is not completed, and there is a $100,000 property, is changing, what share of the funds does the trust receive back 100% of the $100,000?
So if the trust invested, let's say 10% of that property, we gave $10,000. So we get the $10,000 back, and then we get 10% of that $100,000 gain. So the $100,000, we would get another $10,000.
Understood. That wasn't what I heard. It was 100%. So I was understanding it's 100% of the gain. That's what I was asking clarity about. No, it's only
The percentage. So in that same scenario, we would get $20,000 back in total.
understood. Thank you.
So are we open to do a motion with that third option for the home buyer assistance program?
Motion is already on the floor, so we just need a second at this point.
Second.
Is that all of it?
Oh, she has a second.
I I'm just not 100% sure. Was there 3 choices? We're just adding the 3rd choice?
Yeah, so if Joanne, if you can go with the first choice, the second choice, and the third choice.
Sure.
So,
Are we going with the 3rd choice then?
No,
I'm not
we
sure
have-
the question that was asked.
Yes, I had asked, Robert made the motion, and I asked
So,
whether or
question
not,
on the floor.
okay.
yeah, and I asked whether or not he wanted it with option 3, and he said yes. So the motion would be the repayment option 3 that's listed on the document.
So you have a second. All right. No opposed. So moved. All right. Moving on to resolution 2025-002, housing and community development administration home buyer program.
So as with our home rehab program that's currently administered by the Department of Community Housing and Development, our home buyer program would be administered through them as well. So this resolution is allowing for us to enter into that agreement with the City of Miami's Community Development Department to administer the program on behalf of the trust.
Could you clarify, Ms. Lord, what the payment structure to the city entails?
So we pay an administrative fee to the city, which is 10% of the dollar amount that is allocated. So for the home rehab, it was $500,000. The administrative fee to the city for them to administer the program is $50,000. As of yet, we have 2 programs that have been approved, but we have not paid the city any money for the home rehab as of yet. So we would wait, and that would be an internal transfer from the trust to community development.
Motion to approve the resolution and authorize it as function by the city.
No opposed. So moved. All right, and now we're moving on to our CEO report.
The trust will be hosting an open house each month on the first Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This will be a session that inviting the community to ask any questions in regards to the programs that are offered by the trust. And we're also going to be showcasing organizations that are providing resources. So our first one will be held on February 5th. We will be targeting youth services. And so our guest speakers will be the Police Athletic League, Game Alternatives, and also the Pierre Toussaint Learning Center / Notre Dame will be there as well. And each month we will feature a different topic and have different organizations participate to advise of resources or services that they're providing to the community. The next update is that today is Ashley Francois, our special project coordinator's last board meeting. Her last official day with the trust will be on Friday. The position is currently being posted and we are recruiting for her replacement. So I'd like to take the opportunity to say thank you to Ashley Francois. She will be dearly missed and always has a home here at the trust if she wants to come back. We're still working on our financial literacy and job training, and we hope to get that more information at the next board meeting. We are also working towards our next canvassing date, so we have tentatively scheduled it for Saturday, February 1st. That will be the next day of service where we will be going door to door to kind of let people know about services that are provided by the trust. We have some students from FIU that will be attending, and they're still recruiting additional students. So we will make sure to let everybody know, and we're seeking volunteers to help us on Saturday, February 1st, so that we can do the day of service, canvassing the Little Haiti neighborhood, and letting them know about the trust and the services that we have. The next update is that was in regards to concerned leaders. A formal request was made regarding their corporate documents. We're waiting to receive that, so the trust would most likely enter into an MOU agreement, which would outline the program approval and fund disbursements. We would like to be able to work towards working with the organization to identify some issues and begin to put some dollars out on the streets. The last administrative update is that the call to artists for the Art Basel has been completed. If you see, the murals are up on the outside of the building, and there were 3 winners. So now there's a total of 4 murals on the outside. Next is Haitian Heritage Month. We've already begun working for the grant and sponsorship for the applications. We do have tentative dates of our information sessions for the application. Our dates are February 25th and March 20th. The applications will be available as of February 25th, and the deadline will be Tuesday, April 1st, for the community to submit their applications for Haitian Heritage Month funding. As far as programming updates, we provided you with the charts for the home rehabilitation grants that were approved. We also provided information for referrals, because home rehab applications do need to apply for the city's programs first. We do see that applications are going through that process. We know at least of 1 applicant who did qualify for a city program, so therefore they didn't need to obtain funding from the trust. Then we have the update regarding the small business grant programs. As far as those that are awarded, we do not have any that we provided out tonight, but at the next board meeting, I do anticipate that we'll have additional recipients for us to provide checks to. And once a quarter, we're just providing you with, in general, with any general funding request proposals that we received. So that is the following chart that you have before you. Next, we have the quarterly report from Pierre Toussaint Learning Center. As you know, that we provided them funding, and in their grant agreement, they are required to give us a quarterly update in reference to their registration and number of students and those that attended class. So that information is here for your reference as well. And then the last page is our financial report, which details our year-to-date financial expenses. And that concludes the CEO report. Does the board have any questions?
Are we, Mr. Pater, you free to move forward? All right. We're going to go ahead and move on from the CEO report, and we have a discussion item about the 10-year strategic plan by FIU.
Yes, I wanted to provide an update with that, with the strategic plan. FIU did provide us with the initial draft of the strategic plan, in which staff provided comments, and they recently did submit an updated version, which we're currently reviewing as well. But also, I wanted to talk about the contract and provide an update in which we are going to be eliminating some deliverables that were in the contract that are not specifically related to the delivery of the strategic plan or what they call also the concept book, which is in reference to the design of Northeast 2nd Avenue. Some of these deliverables include the development of the website, a 20 under 40 focus group, a job fair, and because some of these items will take longer, and so since we'd like to focus on the strategic plan and wrap up that work, we will be removing those deliverables, and therefore there will be a reduction in the cost of the contract. So I just wanted to provide an update as far as the strategic plan is concerned.
Question, if I can. Not on the strategic plan, but the community development block grants. Can we apply for that stuff?
I don't believe we qualify.
Okay. I don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to look. Because the trust is in an interesting spot of both kind of being a government entity, but also kind of not. I think it would be a difficult hurdle to convince other people that we qualify if it's available to government agencies, but not an impossible one. But I'd have to check. I don't know off the top of my head.
I've seen pseudo agencies do that before. That's why I was curious.
I know that nonprofits are eligible. We went back and forth with this in reference to like property ownership and based, like Tom said, of our legal status. We have some things that we're not able to do, and there's some things that if we wanted to pursue, then it would have to be the city pursuing on our behalf. So we'll research.
All right, if there's no more updates, then meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Yeah, so we'll have our staff check up on the possibilities and see what we can do. Thank you, and feel free to. I get your newsletter, so just put that in the next newsletter. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
I don't think anybody in the back heard you. I don't think anybody in the back heard you.
Just wanted to recognize the beautiful installation by Midgard Group on the lot there for the January 12th commemoration of the earthquake. It was very moving, and so thank you.
All right. You guys know we don't have to stay here till 8. You know that, right? Okay. So meeting adjourned. I was trying to get there. Hey, man. You got a family, right? Oh, there you go. Oh, you got this ready? Listen. Because I think Patrick gave me, Phil gave me. Is this the one? I can remember this one. That's when Farrakhan was in Haiti. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
We're here live at the Little Haiti Revitalization Trust meeting. Yes, we're definitely engaged in our community. Jones is about Little Haiti business. This is what we do. Cleaning it up. She might fall like this. Be about our business.